gratifying to know that your line set the tempo for all good things that I guess began and ended for your team here tonight?
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good game. Obviously, Mitchie was Mitchie, and creating so many chances with his speed through the neutral zone, carrying the puck, and just want to get to him as much as possible and let him work. So it was good to contribute. Obviously, it was a tough one in Ottawa for our whole team and us as a line as well, and good bounce back game for us against a really good team.
It seemed you got rewarded your line with extra shifts, at least early on in that second period. You had a couple shots on the one shift.
Yeah, a couple games together now, you really start to understand where Mitch is looking and what he's trying to do, and like I said, you want to get him the puck as quick as possible and just try to find some space because he's so good at making plays, and he's one of the elite playmakers in the league. So it's a good opportunity for me and Morsey right now to try and get some offense, and we'll ride this as long as we can.
What did you see on the goal that called back? It looked like you tried to avoid the goalie, but you just kind of hauled down and.
Yeah, I got tangled up with the D and slid into him, and we thought Quick got back up and set. Ref didn't see it that way. I think it could have went either way. I don't really have an issue with it, other than it would have been nice for Mitchie to get one. But I thought it could go either way, and obviously didn't go our way. But a big goal by Patty to right after that to really set the tone for us.
You were a popular man in the war room tonight. A couple of times you were involved in some replays and reviews and that kind of thing. But it shows obviously that you're getting into the play in that.
Yeah. It was, like I said, it was a big game. That's one of the top teams in the league. I think there's a handful of teams that you consider contenders every single year over the last 6-7 years, and they're one of them with Chicago. And it was a big challenge for us, especially I think they wiped us clean here last year, beat us by a touchdown or something. So that's not very good. And they're a big, strong team that can push teams around. So I don't think we want to let that happen again tonight. And we obviously want this to be a tough building to play in.
Mitch credited you with keeping his spirits up in the last little while. He's telling him that it's not the end of the world to where he was and all that kind of thing. Did you feel you had an effect on him, psychologically anyway?
Yeah, he never really shows it. I think he stays positive, but I've been in this league long enough to know it's pretty hard, especially when you're as dynamic and explosive offensively as he is, to kind of go through what he's been going through. And he really cares and puts a lot of the burden on his back. And I know it was hard on him, so you just really try to keep him happy. And it was just a matter of time before he kind of broke out, and I thought he was the best player on the ice tonight.
A lot of guys of his pedigree would sulk. You're being put in the position there. You've seen it over the years. We've all seen it. Why has he not fallen into that kind of abyss, if you want to call it that?
I think it's his attitude. He's just an energetic guy every day. There's days everyone comes in the room and they're not in a good mood, and it's very rare for him. He's always dancing around doing something. So he enjoys being here. He loves the game, and like you said, a lot of guys would sulk in this situation. He's trying to make the most of it, and like I said, I think for the role he's playing right now, he's the best player on the ice.
What's the genesis for your relationship with him? Because it goes back to before you being on the same line, obviously.
Yeah, I think we have similar personalities. We're pretty positive guys for the most part. He's a little better than me at scoring goals, but and making plays. But he's just a fun guy to be around. And from the very first time I met him, I kind of built that bond with him. And like I said, he's just works hard at his game, always has a smile on his face, and it was just a matter of time before I went in for him.